The M4A1 and SG550 are both amazing low recoil, high RPM ARs. In this video, I'll put them both through 5 tests and give you my opinions on the guns. First, the M4A1. The M4A1 is an AR that has high fire rate and medium damage. It does a base damage of 30 per hit with a fire rate of 700 RPM or rounds per minute. It has a reload of 4.2 seconds. Its velocity and horizontal recoil are much better than the SG550, although the vertical recoil is more than 50% higher than the SG550. There are other slight differences, such as that the M4A1 has better muzzle flash and worse reload. Now, we gotta talk about the SG550. The SG550 is an AR similar to the M4A1 that has high fire rate and medium damage. However, there are some key differences. The SG550 has much lower recoil, although a lot more muzzle flash. Actually, a muzzle flash hider or suppressor kind of makes sense on this gun, surprisingly, just because of how high the muzzle flash scale is. The reload is better by about a full second, and its magazine size is the same as the M4A1, so now we move on to the tests. For test number 1, we have the general statistics test. I'll go through the base stats and tell you which gun is better in different areas. The M4A1 wins on damage, horizontal recoil, velocity, and muzzle flash. The SG550 wins on vertical recoil, accuracy, aim down time, and reload time. This means that they each win 4 sections. However, due to the huge advantage that the SG550 gets in vertical and reload time, I believe it will affect gameplay a lot more. The decrease in vertical recoil is a huge difference, and it'll allow you to hit your target a lot easier. Which, for this section, I'm going to say the SG550 wins. For test number 2, we have the ammo and reload test. The M4A1 comes with 30 rounds, which is equal to the SG550. Their extended variants increase both magazines up to 45 rounds, and the quick A magazines reduce the reload by about 0.7 seconds for the SG550 and 0.9 for the M4A1. Even so, the SG550 still has a better reload time, even if you use the quick A on both of them. The maximum amount of rounds is 45 with the extended A mags, with 7 magazines total, which gives you 315 rounds for both guns. That is 45 rounds a mag, 7 magazines, multiply it together, that's how you get it. As per the raw number of bullets, the SG550 and M4A1 tie, and there's no difference. However, the SG550 comes with 1 second less base reload, which is noticeable and pretty big. Even if the M4A1 uses a quick A magazine and the SG550 doesn't, the SG550 still has a better reload. And due to this, I'm guessing you see which gun wins this section. The SG550 wins, putting the score at 2-0. For test number 3, we have the TTK, or time to kill, and DPS test. This test will measure how fast a gun can kill someone, assuming no armor and all body shots. The M4A1 does 30 damage with a fire rate of 700 RPM, giving it an average DPS while firing of 350. The SG550 does 27 damage with a fire rate of 700 RPM, giving it an average DPS while firing of 315. This puts the TTK of the M4A1 at 0.286 seconds, and the TTK of the SG550 at 0.317 seconds. That's a 0.3 second difference, which can actually be the gap between life and death, and it's pretty substantial. Keep in mind that if somebody is using light armor, the M4A1 can 4-shot them. However, the SG550 just doesn't have quite enough damage with light armor and must 5-shot them. And that difference is big, and when added onto the M4A1's DPS and TTK advantage, the winner of this section is not a surprise. The M4A1 is getting closer and actually puts the score at 2-1. For test number 4, we have the crowd control test. This test indicates how well a gun can deal with a swarm of enemies and how long it can hold them off. They both have the same magazine and fire rate, and they each get 2.57 seconds of sustained gunfire per magazine. Even with the extended A mags, there's no gap between them, but they do each increase their sustained gunfire to 3.86 seconds. As per ammo and fire rate, there's no clear indication as to which gun should win this test. However, the faster aim down time of the SG550 allows a quicker draw to deal with a swarm of enemies as they approach. You'll have more reaction time and be able to start shooting at them faster. So for this reason, I think the SG550 wins, and it will increase its lead to 3-1. For test number 5, we have the user friendliness of each gun. Both guns have low recoil, and although the SG550 has much better vertical recoil, the M4A1 makes up for it with horizontal recoil. The huge difference in this test is the unlock level. The M4A1 is unlocked when you boot up the game and you get it at rank 0. The SG550, however, is unlocked at rank 80, which is a lot harder to get than rank 0. So for this reason, the M4A1 wins, tried to catch up, but it narrowly lost to the SG550 at a score of 3-2. Personally, I don't play either of these guns a whole lot. I do really enjoy playing the SG550 though, I just don't play it a lot. And overall, I think it is a better gun. If you're a new player who just started though, don't worry. The M4A1's very solid, you'll be fine with it, and if you get enough attachments on it, it will be better than the SG550 when it's based. I hope you learned something new. If you want to see a specific comparison, just tell me in the comments, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss another comparison. Alright, see ya.